Hello. So on today's video, I want to share 5 different meal tweaks that you can make to family-friendly meals to make them healthier, which inadvertently leads to creating a calorie deficit and weight loss. So here's the truth of the matter. For many of us parents, myself included, I do not have the time, the space, or the energy to cook 2 separate dinners every night of the week. One that is a healthier dinner that's meant for me and my husband and our bowl, and then one that my 2-year-old daughter will eat. So the goal of this training is to help you work smarter and not harder, and to make one source of protein or one overall meal theme that works for both your weight loss goals as well as something that the kids will eat. So without further ado, let's get started. Meal idea number 1. Mexican night, fiesta night, taco night. So maybe you're making some ground beef or some ground turkey or some chicken tacos for the kids. How can you make that healthier for you without having to cook something totally different? Idea number 1. Can you turn that into a taco salad, where maybe you have a bed of lettuce and you top the lettuce with whatever protein you're making for your kids' tacos. You maybe add in a little bit of cheese, some vegetables, and then top it with salsa. That's going to be less carbs, less calories in the tacos, but again, you're still really only making one meal, especially if you already have that protein for the tacos and if you already have lettuce as a topping for your kids' tacos as well. Now, another idea that you can do for Mexican night is to make fajitas. And maybe for you, you have naked fajitas where you only enjoy one tortilla, and then maybe you almost make a pile of protein and vegetables with salsa, maybe a little bit of guac, maybe a little bit of sour cream or Greek yogurt. And again, your kids are eating more of the regular fajitas with the tortillas. So that is idea number 1. Now, moving on to idea number 2, pasta night. Pasta night is a staple in our house at least once a week, but I do want to ensure that doesn't mean that all of us are only eating noodles and sauce and nothing else. So a few ideas to make pasta night a little healthier. Number 1 is, can you include a decent size amount of protein on your plate with a smaller portion of the noodles? So maybe you buy at the store some pre-made meatballs, and maybe you commit to having 2 or 3 large meatballs on your plate with only a half a cup or 1 cup of noodles. And maybe your kids are the opposite. Maybe their plates have a big pile of noodles with just 1 meatball and then sauce. So really thinking about portion sizes and prioritizing protein over the carbs is one way to be smarter about calories. Now, tip number 2 for pasta night, choose a protein-enriched noodle. So at the time I film this, there are so many pasta options that have added protein, whether it be chickpea pasta, lentil pasta, protein fortified, whole grain pasta. Choose a smart noodle, both for your goals and to help provide your kids with more nutrients. Tip number 3, when it's pasta night, can you choose a sauce that's a little bit lighter on the calories for everybody in the family? So there's nothing wrong with Alfredo sauces or palomino sauces, but they do tend to be calorically dense. So can you focus on one of the more simple sauces, a basic tomato sauce with a little bit less sugar added, just so again, you're saving calories, but you're also feeding your kids something a little bit more nutritious. And then last but not least for pasta night, can you add veggies to either meatballs or to the sauce? So I mentioned that we do pasta night once a week. This is a staple on pasta night in our house. Like I said, it's never just noodles and sauce. We always add protein, whether it be pre-cooked, ready-to-go chicken or pre-cooked, ready-to-go meatball. And we always add veggies with the sauce. So we'll add carrots or broccoli or cauliflower or peas or something with the sauce and with the noodles. So yes, for my 2-year-old, I do have to finally chop up the veggie, but they're almost hidden. She doesn't even really know that they're there with the meatball and the noodle portion that I serve her. So again, friends, we're talking about working smarter, not harder for any of these meals. Now, meal idea number 3, burger night. Especially in the summers. I live in Michigan. We love grilling in the summers, and burger night becomes a staple in our house. So when I make cheeseburgers or sliders for my daughter, for my husband and I, we make deconstructed burger bowls. So what it is, we have a bed of lettuce. We cut a chopped burger on top of that. We add cheese. We add pickle relish. And then any sort of condiment you normally have on a burger. So maybe it's a little bit of light mayonnaise or Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. Maybe it's mustard. Maybe it's a little bit ketchup. And it's literally like a burger salad almost. You put lettuce on your burger. Why would you not put burger on top of lettuce? So it's a much easier, healthier, calorie-saving way of, again, you're only focusing on cooking burgers for the whole family, but only the kids are having the bun. Now, a second idea, and I'm going to be honest, I have tried this idea. I love it, but it wasn't my idea. I did steal it from one of our Strong with Sarah clients. And what she recommended is that she actually eats the burger, but she doesn't eat the bottom half of the bun. So on her plate, it's the patty, the cheese, the lettuce, the tomato, the pickle, and then only the top part of the bun. And then she uses her fork to cut it, and she's therefore still able to enjoy some of the bun, but it's saving some carbs, some calories versus eating the entire thing. Now, meal idea number 4. Again, who doesn't love pizza night? I do. My daughter does. My husband does. It's something that does happen in this house every few weeks. So a couple ideas to make pizza night a little bit healthier. Number 1 is load your pizza up with protein and vegetables. So again, can you add or order a veggie pizza and add grilled chicken? Especially with so many pizza places offering like a barbecue chicken pizza, chicken is now a staple topping at most pizza chains. So add some lean protein, add veggies directly to the pizza that you order. Now, second idea is if your kids are not going to go for a veggie loaded in chicken pizza, that's okay. Order the toppings that they want. You enjoy one piece of whatever that kid-friendly pizza is, but you pair it with a pre-made salad that you buy at the grocery store. And again, pair it with pre-made, ready-to-go protein. So maybe you're buying rotisserie chicken, where again, it's not going to take you time to cook it. It's already cooked. You simply have to add it to a salad kit that you pick up at the store. Another idea is that if your kids are getting pizza from a pizza joint, or if you're making pizza, this one works out even better. Use a pre-cooked chicken breast as the crust for your pizza. So in my house, we call this pizza chicken. And what we do, and actually my daughter eats it as well, we don't even cook regular pizza for her on the nights that we make this. Everybody gets a pounded down grilled chicken breast, and then we top that with pizza sauce. We sprinkle shredded cheese on it and our favorite pizza toppings, and we place it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until the cheese is nice and melty, the chicken is warm, but before it burns, and it's a much healthier, higher protein, lower carb version of pizza for everybody. So it's simply more nutritious for the entire family. Now, meal idea number 5. Who does not love a good mac and cheese night? Mac and cheese is my daughter's number 1 favorite food. So again, that means that we are enjoying it probably more times than we like to admit. But a few ideas to make mac and cheese healthier and lighter on the calories for you. Tip number 1 is making a homemade mac and cheese instead of buying store-bought or instead of making it out of the box. So yes, this will take a little bit of time and a little bit of planning ahead, but find a recipe that uses Greek yogurt and protein-enriched pasta, which is therefore going to have more protein than something else. Now, building on what I said, whether it is your homemade version of mac and cheese or a store-bought version, can you make yourself a smaller portion of what your kids and the rest of the family eats? And you pair that with a pre-made protein. So maybe you're adding diced chicken breast to your serving, or maybe you're having it with fruit or veggies that you already have at home, or a side salad, to where you're partaking and you're not having to cook extra. You're simply supplementing your portion of the meal with something healthier to help control calories. And then tip number 3, I kind of brought this one up, but I think it's a great tip for the entire family. Can you add some veggies or lean protein to the mac and cheese for everybody? So what we do in my family is we sometimes make mac and cheese casserole, where basically I start with making a homemade mac and cheese that contains Greek yogurt and protein-enriched pasta, and I simply add in some steamed or frozen and steamed in the bag vegetables with some pre-cut protein. I stir everything together so that the protein and the veggies get nice and cheesy along with the noodle. I place some breadcrumbs on top of it, and I put it in the oven for a few minutes to heat it up and to give it that nice crunchy texture. So that is all I am sharing. So without further ado, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I will be sure that I respond to them personally. And again, I'm going to ask the same favor I've asked in the last few videos. Please give this video a like if it was helpful. Share it with your friends if they're struggling with some ideas for family-friendly, healthy meal. And then subscribe to my channel to be the first to know about my latest tips and tricks. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.